What is going on, guys? I'm back with another video, and today I'm going with the Dunk High Purple. Now in this video, I'm going over some of the lease info, how to buy, the site list, and the resale value. So I won't waste any time. Let's hop into it. So first, we have the site list. Now it's very short for this sneaker. We did see the sneaker release in Europe, December 3rd, I believe, and for America, the site is pretty short. A majority of the stocks are my Nike sneakers, and I can confirm that it's going to be dropping at 10 a.m. Eastern time, just like they drop all their sneakers. And also, I've heard that Nordstrom is going to be dropping in. I don't have a time for that, but if I were to guess, it would be between 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. Probably the best time it would drop, or the most likely, would be 10 a.m. So to keep your eyes open for that as well. And if anything does update, I will put it in the comment section below, so you guys can check that out. Now, so a majority of the stock is on Nike sneakers, like I said before. So these are some tips you can increase your chances of getting a pair. So you can make up to 5 accounts on one credit card. And in order to make those different accounts, you need different phone numbers. Now, in order to get different phone numbers, I'd recommend asking family and friends if you can use them, or if they already have a Nike account, you could have them go for the sneaker as well. You can buy it off them either for retail if they don't care about making a profit, or you can buy it off them for a little over retail. Pay a little bit of a premium price, but make sure there's enough room for you to have profit. Or you can, take the number, make burner emails, and make your own accounts with their phone number. So then you have a 2-minute window to enter as many accounts as you can. Now, usually you can enter after 2 minutes, but usually after like 10:02, it'll kind of bug out and won't really let you to enter. If you do enter, it'll be like a false entry, like they won't really account it for anything. So just make sure you're as quick as you can. You start right at 10 a.m. And you should be able to enter in at least 5 accounts within 2 minutes. Now, here we have some of the raffles. Now, I'm not sure if they're already closed or not. My apologies on that. But first, we have Sneaker Politics. And then we have Bodega. I'd highly recommend entering those. It's very, very unlikely to hit on a raffle. I've only hit on a very few, and I've entered a lot of them. But it's an extra entry to get a pair. It's extra entry to make some profit. So why not just go for it? It really takes like 5 to 10 seconds to enter them. Usually you just need to make an account, select the size, put in your credit card information, because if you do win it, they'll automatically buy it for you. Automatically charge you to your account, so just look out for that as well. But this should be super simple, and it's it can't hurt you. It could only help you by possibly getting a sneaker, but chances are you won't get it. But it's always good to have more chances. Now, going on to the lease info. Now, the sneaker is releasing women's sizes only, so the best sizes to go for in terms of the highest resale value are sizes 10 through 12. Now, women's sizings, they're a size and a half up for men. So the largest size that the sneaker will come in men's is 10 and a half. So if you are calling for personal, if you're above 10 and a half, unfortunately you're not able to wear the sneaker. But there is some resale value, so I'll still go for them anyways. Now, the cop risk in this, and what I mean by cop risk is the risk of buying and having it not do well in the aftermarket. I think that's very low. I think the sneaker is going to do pretty well, decently well. The highs don't do as well as the lows, but nonetheless, there's still profit to be made here, and dunks have been absolutely crazy this year, so you're going to be able to buy or find a buyer real quick. And now the success rate of copying them, I think they're low. Like I said, everybody's trying to get dunks this year, high or low. So I think the success rate is low, but like I said, with the raffles and making a more Nike sneakers account, increases your chances. Very low to get. I'm not expecting to get a pair, and if you don't get a pair, don't get too bummed out. There's plenty more releases coming up in the future. Now, in terms of the resale, now this sneaker is going to retail for $120. It's a little bit more expensive than the lows. The lows can retail either for $100 or $110, and the resale is going to be like $180. It's really not that good, and it's not typical of the dunks to be this low. But however, the dunk market is getting a little saturated. They have released a lot, and I guess people aren't really messing with this colorway too much. The resale is going to be about $180, and $180 is for those sizes, like I said before. The size is 10 through 12, and below that, $140, $160, around that range after that do release. Unless the stock is really limited, which it could be, then the prices may increase $10, $20. As the stock does come out and people get the pairs in hands. Now, you see some of the highest bids are here. They're kind of all over the place between like 170 and 210. Like I said before, like the sizes 10 through 12, they're all just about $200 and above. So those would be the size I'd go for. And then maybe, your secondary sizes can go between like 5.5 and 6.5. And if you're trying to increase your chance of getting a pair, I would recommend you go outside that range. So I'd go for sizes like 7, 7.5, 8, 8.5, 9, 9.5, and maybe a size 5. It does, dip in your profit a little bit. And for a sneaker that's only, retailing for $120 and selling for $160, not a great profit if you do go outside that range. But nonetheless, it does increase the chances of getting a pair. And it's still profit at the end of the day, and it's a very good one at that. Now, finally, if you do cop, where to sell your sneakers? I strictly only sell on eBay now, and I try to sell to my Instagram page, and then so locally too, whether that's like online, Instagram, or like Facebook Marketplace, meeting up with people. Sneaker meetups is definitely a good way to go because there's no seller's fee, and then eBay there's also no seller's fee, and they will authenticate the sneaker that's over $200. So if you do sell your sneaker for over $200, the buyer knows you're getting an authentic pair, so that's less stress on your end. And then Grail is a great way to meet connections, to meet people in the game. But however, they do take a 9% seller's fee, so definitely is a good route to go. The seller's fee is definitely less for StockX and GOAT, but Grail is definitely like a good way to go for this. And StockX and GOAT, I would not recommend selling this pair particularly on those sites because the profit margin isn't that big, and 12% of the $60-$40 you could be making, it's a pretty big dent. And plus these sneakers will be easy to move on eBay locally or even Grailed. I would just reference StockX and GOAT for prices. So that's all I really got you guys in this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.